Good morning, everyone. Right now we're going to start with the fourth paragraph of chapter 2. By now, every time I started with a intro which showed the whiteboard, and I don't know why, but I had the idea of starting like this. Maybe I don't know why. The parking lot is still empty. The classroom is also still empty. And in this video we're going to look at measures of central tendency. And let's put down my phone right now, like that. To do that, we're going to look at my marks of the when I was in the second grade. Just to be clear, this is Dutch, French, German, English, geography, history, math. We didn't have NASC, we have both physics and chemistry, then philosophy of life, arts, and LO is in Dutch lichamelijke opvoeding. That's why I used LO. And what are we going to do? We're going to look at measures of central tendency, and that's a really difficult word for basically saying we're trying to get a good idea of this data. So one of the measures of central tendency, there are three of them that we're going to look at today. One of them is already known to you. For example, when you have a math test and throughout a year you make about 8 to 10 math tests, then the average grade is one of the measures of central tendency. So in this video we're going to look at three of them. We're going to look at the mean, which is basically another word for average. We're going to look at the mode and the median. This also means that for week 3 you will not be getting like a assignment which you will have to hand in. There will be a assignment next week. So week 4 lesson 1 will be another assignment lesson. Okay, so these were my marks, and the first thing that I want to show you is the mean. So I'm going to start with the mean, and the mean is basically another word for average. It's close to the average, and if you want to calculate an average, you have to add up every single number. So basically the sum of all the numbers and you're going to divide it with the amount of numbers. So in this case it's 6 plus 6 plus 4 plus 7 plus 7 plus 6 plus 9 plus 8 plus 9 plus 5 plus 6 plus 8. And this is pretty realistic, I think. And we're going to divide it with 12 because I had 12 subjects. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So this is 12, 16, 30, 36, 45, 53, 62, 67, 73, 81. So this is 81 over 12. Maybe I should have tried to calculate this beforehand, but let's try it this way. And if you calculate this, this is usually the point where I make a mistake. You'll find that this is 6 point. I know Lucas probably already taken out his calculator to check if I'm making a mistake or not. I think 6.75. And this gives you an idea of the average mark I have over there. Okay? But there are also two other measures of central tendency, and you also have to know those. The easiest measure of central tendency is the mode. And the mode is the value with the highest frequency. So maybe you can already figure it out for yourself. There's 1 6 over there, there's another 6 over there, third one. So if I make a small frequency table, that might be useful to find a mode. Sometimes it's already given. So let's look at my marks, then the frequency of them. I think there's only 1 4 for German. I was like the worst student at German. I really didn't understand any of it. Then there was philosophy of life, which, well, we had a teacher which always talked about her daughter which was deaf, and yeah, that was somewhat boring, like most math lessons, some of you might say, like Joff. Right now his way of saying boring is in between my ears. 6 6 6 and another one, so there are 4 6s. If I'm looking at the 7s, then there's 1 2 7s. There are 1 2 8s and 2 9s. This means that there is a very clear mode. There's one value which has the highest frequency, so the mode is 6. When is the mode useful? For example, when you're taking a poll in politics, the answer which is given most often is usually used as to make decisions. So there are cases in which the mode is more useful than the average. Let's look at the last one, the median. And the median is basically the number which is in the middle of your data when it's ordered. What do I mean with ordered data? It means you start with writing down the lowest value, so I'm starting down with writing a 4, then there is a 5, then a 6, but there are 4 6s, so I have to write down 6, 6, and 4, 6. And there are 2 7s, 2 8s, and 2 9s. And the median is the number in the middle, but the thing is, I have 12 numbers. So which number is in the middle? Is it like the 6th one or the 7th one? Before I'm going to answer that, we're going to look at a small side note. If I have 6 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, which number is in the middle? Well, it's definitely not 1 or 6. It's definitely not 2 or 5. Is it 3 or 4? Well, it's actually both of them and then the average of it. So if these two numbers are in the middle, then the median is 3 plus 4 over 2, which is 3.5. So we're going to do something similar over here. So this is not the median. This is not the median either. And we're basically ending up with two numbers in the middle, a 6 and a 7. So the median is 6 plus 7 over 2, which is 6.5. To make your note complete, the median is the number middle when your data is ordered. So which of these three is the most useful measure of central tendency? In the homework you will see advantages and disadvantages of all three of them. And hopefully that will give you a pretty good idea. If there are any questions, please let me know. Some of you are already sending me a lot of questions. Thank you for that. Please keep doing that. And stay safe. See you in the next video.